Must be court time. Colty just scared the crap out of me the second that we go live, and he runs right up and jumps up. So
Colty knows that people love cats. Cats sell. Cats bring in the customers. And for God's sakes, thank you, Colty, for your contribution to this show
Mikey
today.
said, "Thank you, you annoying little crapper." The one that poops on the floor, by the way.
Really quick, Creed, I told you just a second ago, but I want to let everybody know that this chat has now been deemed the most dangerous chat in the world. That's right. People aren't complaining about me and Creed no more.
That's right.
Sir. They're complaining about you guys, the chat, for being far too aggressive and judgmental. Shame on you all for having an opinion.
Aggressive and judgmental to me is us having a good time. So you guys, by the way, we make jokes about that, but keep being you. And that is part of what makes this channel great. Listen, if somebody comes in here and says something like that, guess what?
This isn't the place for you. Apparently, if you're very sensitive and you get upset easily, I'm being told by the person that said this, not my opinion, theirs, that they have to go back to Biggins chat, because Biggins chat is far more civilized and friendly than the chat over here. So that's again, right. World's most dangerous chat right here, Creed.
That's right. All right, so we've got some more action. We're at the one of the double dirties or the single dirty door. We're just watching, but we're gonna jump into something fun. You said, I think, right?
Yeah. Real quick too. There's a poll. If you're over on Creedence and Bishop show, there is a poll. I can't put one up over on. We got a case yet, but there is one over here. If you want to vote, I'll give this a try. I ask you not to vote until you've heard some of the case. Once you've heard some of the case and you'd like to give your knee-jerk reaction of who you feel is more at fault during this case, please do so, and we'll give the results at the end, as well as letting everybody know one of our favorite greasy judges, Judge Dude, is no longer greasy. And if I'm not mistaken, Creed, he may have got his hair cut minutes before we jumped on over here. This is a TPO that happened this morning. It's got a slow burn, so get ready, because when it drops, oh baby, it drops. So be prepared for that. A lot of adult things will be said. Prepare yourselves.
I'm ready.
All right, Creed. I call this case the case of the love flyer. Let's get into it.
Nice
Mr.
chair.
Griffin, you are filing this case against Miss Roberts, and you indicated on your petition that, to the best of your knowledge, she's a DeKalb County resident. Is that correct?
To the best of my knowledge.
All right. And when did you first meet Miss Roberts?
I would say I'm guessing about 7 months ago. I can't give you an exact date, but about 7 months ago.
Okay, so maybe September? Earlier or later?
Earlier than September, I want to say. I don't want to give a wrong date, but it's been about 7 months.
Okay. And I'm not picky about dates. I just want to get a general idea for the timetable. And so whatever I tell everybody, and I'll tell you both here, whatever your best good faith answer is, the first thing that pops into your head is probably the right answer. So I don't want you to say, oh, it was last summer. Was it June or July? Or was it last summer was the thing that popped into your head? Last summer's the right answer. I'm just using that as an example.
His hair looks great.
Because hopefully that
I'm telling you, I am
more
so impressed
with this process.
He's a new man.
You met around 7 months ago, and is it your position the two of you were in some kind of dating relationship?
Yes, we were intimate. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Gary.
Gary, thank you. Does an intimate relation? Are you in a relationship, or no? We were intimate. Is that the same, or is that
like? I mean, it's very telling to me. That's saying, hey, we weren't dating. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. We were only in it for the sex. Yeah. That's what that tells me.
More of what do they call that these days? An FWB, I believe.
Yeah, the no strings attached sort of situation.
Dinner was great, Angela, and but it was very busy at the Golden Corral on a Monday for some reason.
I'm gonna tell you this. When I first started watching this case, I thought she was taking it out against him. We don't typically see men taking it out on women. It's kind of a reversal of roles there.
I think that he watches that, what is his name, Budahar or whatever, who has the worst camera angle in the world. He has to look up every minute.
Maybe he feels like that's more dramatic, or maybe he does a lot of filming of his top of his head or crotch. And thank you, Gary, for the 2 bones.
Mayday.
Sorry.
Gary!
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
Wrong one. Mayday, Gary, Mayday. We got 2 bones on you. Thank you.
And is there a timetable that you would place on that type of relationship in that 7-month window?
I would say 2 to 3 months.
Okay, and when do you believe that ended roughly?
But looks so much better.
It would be better. I could tell you.
It's like
the
a haircut I
last
give one of my
contact
kids.
that made things go south between the 2 of us were text messages that were exchanged. I believe that I said something that that pretty much triggered it, and I wanted it to end after that, and I was just never able to get that.
So when was that exchange?
The date of that is, let me see.
He's not good with eye contact at all.
No.
And
she's very crestfallen.
Very what?
You heard me.
That date, I believe I have it screenshotted here. Hold on just a moment.
Well, we know right away this guy's not good with dates. Buongiorno.
Yes. Good boy.
One of my favorite pizzas.
My God, dude, this is not 3B with Middleton. Let's move it.
I have it screenshotted. I apologize.
Give me a ballpark. We filed this in February, and so was it?
That was
February,
just
was it January.
That was February that I filed the second one. The first time I filed, I never heard anything back from DeKalb County, which was about 6 months ago. It never stopped. So eventually I had to go down there and file a petition, file an order. I can try my best to get back to my text messages to give you an exact date. I'm going through them now. Let's see.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I'm guessing she's.
So we're looking at September, late September.
I did. Still in my pocket for you, Pamela.
Hold on just a moment.
Along with the stolen fudge and the oyster crackers.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
Slow start, Creed. I warned everyone.
First day.
Very slow start. Very quickly, just wanted to see this guy. Look at him. My God.
Cult leader, right?
Gotta be, right? Drink the Kool-Aid, please. Has to
gotta be a cult leader. Gotta be.
My God. All right.
Judge Ito is his attorney. I can't believe he's working the case.
July 14th is when she started sending out pictures of me and other people, and made a flyer basically with naked pictures. Well, they're covered, but semi-naked pictures, and that was on July 14th. So I would
screenshots.
That's not nothing we've heard before. Someone sending out a flyer with your nudes on it.
Was it advertising something, or?
I'm guessing maybe either advertising or maybe bad word of mouth. Bad word of mouth is not as good as good word of mouth. Mavis.
Say that the date that I probably last contacted her may have been about July 13th, 12th, around there.
So
that was the last time we had contact, and that's pretty much when things went south between the 2 of us.
Okay,
Now,
so
that
the
would
2
do
or
it.
3 months you'd say you were dating was before that. ending in July.
Yes.
Okay.
Is she a nurse or something?
She got them scrubs. Michelle.
Okay. And you said that there were pictures that were shared. Did those pictures have your face or any other clearly identifying things as part of them?
Yes.
How did you know that they were you?
I see my face and I recognize the pictures. They're in the evidence that I uploaded.
Oh, enjoy
right.
Angela.
We'll see if Madam Clerk can pull that up and screen share it while she's doing that. Where did you actually see these things?
I was first alerted by friends. She contacted a bunch of my friends on social media, sending out pictures and things of that nature.
You're saying the respondent did?
Yeah, under a profile named Allison Shepherd with her picture on it.
Question: if you send somebody pictures, do the pictures then belong to you and you can do whatever you want with them?
No, you're not Facebook.
I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, he sent her pictures that she's used in these flyers where he said he's actually nude in the pictures, and she's distributing them, I'm guessing, to people he knows or just random folks.
I just don't understand the flyer part or why you would call it a flyer myself, but
maybe it's says at the top flyer.
Okay. And so then one of the people that she contacted you.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And she also sent the same flyer to me via text message, basically prior to letting me know what she was going to do.
All right. Do you know what that exhibit might have been titled so that we can see if our
yes, pull it up? See. Just a moment.
Are we ever going to get the screen share? That's my question.
Technology isn't this guy's. I'm going to tell you, there was about a 45-minute interlude between these two videos that I've put together.
You can look at, I think it's going to be
just technical problems.
0819. Our image 0832. 0832.
Hope nobody comes busting through that door.
For the petitioner, I'm showing 3 videos. Would it be a video?
I mean, that's a part of it too. I mean, yeah. That was actually the day that she sent the video to me, showing me where she showed up to my job and was waiting outside. That was sent from her. So yes, that's
yeah, but he never said like what for though. Like I understand that's like bands and DJ gigs or whatnot.
I mean, I've never heard of making a flyer. I mean, unless it's like a smear campaign, you know, where she's putting him up and saying he maybe something about his equipment or something, maybe.
I mean, she's not a dancer, right?
No, I don't believe she seems to be a professional woman. There's more to this story. Make sure you vote, by the way, if you want to vote now or till towards the end, look at your results. But yeah, it's never good to send nudes. I'm just really against nudes, unless definitely get your face out of them. Get them out.
So, Judge, you would like to see the 3 videos?
Okay.
Okay.
We all would like to see those 3 videos.
At first, I thought she was crying over there. She's got sniffles.
Yes, I am so mad that I missed that.
It's on the internet.
Good, we get to see the videos.
Brennan, I will sit here until I see your truck come out of here. Talk about my husband again. Say anything about my husband. I do not play about my husband. I will sit here and follow you home.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Something's not right here. Her husband?
Oh, yeah, there's that.
I mean, so she's had a husband during this friends with benefits situation. That's not good. And she's out advertising? Professional. She seems like she's got a professional job. Not that kind of professional.
Makes professional flyers where she's nude. Well, they're covered up, but she's nude.
Not her, him.
He's him.
Nude.
That's right. Yes, it's still covered up.
His wang.
All right. And is it so are you saying that was your workplace shown in video?
Yeah, I work at the federal penitentiary here in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's a good job.
During that, I believe that same day, I came back out to my car. I received a text message from her. That's when I said some things, basically saying, that I didn't care what she did. She had a husband and he didn't care what she did. So why would I care? And once I got out of work, I work in a prison. We're not allowed to have phones. Once I got out of work, that's when I seen those text messages. I came home. Stuff was thrown on my porch. My neighbor witnessed to it. He also sent an email witnessing what he saw.
Things on the porch.
And that was pretty much the start of it. And all the pictures and screenshots are just following. But that was the start of it. There are 3 more videos in there. There's one that the clerk has where she was actually outside the gate of this resident.
So let's start with this though.
Very ballsy to go to a prison.
When did you receive this video?
As soon as I got out of work.
Okay, estimated date.
Oh boy.
Or
we know that's not his strong suit.
I guess it would have to be. It would have to be right around that same mid-July time. I guess it would be prior to July 14th, as I said. That's when my friend notified me. So it would be a few days before then is when that video probably took place.
Okay, so so not to jump us too far off the tracks here. What as it relates to 2023, what contact or interaction have you had with the respondent?
I haven't had any contact with her. She has been text messaging me. She puts my phone number up on dating sites or all throughout the internet, where I get all kind of pictures, phone calls, and things of that nature.
Good move.
Just from random men, women, whatever.
So she's just on he's getting phone calls from men and women.
She's playing tough. I like it.
That is dirty. I don't know which is worse, sending out flyers with him nude on it or putting his information on all these dating sites.
The information on the dating sites is bad because I can imagine, especially if she's, I guess if they're calling, she's putting the numbers in there too.
Yeah, she's really laying it to him. So that's
Okay, so and how do you know to attribute that to her?
How do I know to attribute that to her? Oh, because if you read the flyer and the image that I sent up, that's when it all started. When she put up on this image, she has where she put my phone number, email address, social media contact, and she's made quotes that she's gonna make me famous. So that's pretty much how I know.
All right, we'll see if we can get that pulled up soon. In the meantime, have any of the text messages you've been receiving from her, any of the other communication, has it been violent or threatening in nature?
Yes, revenge. She says she will seek revenge. She won't stop till she gets revenge. In my opinion, that is violent in nature.
I'd say she's
revenge, Creed. She wants it. She needs it.
Well, I should thank you for the $5.
As far as somebody asked about the eyelashes, I do like fake eyelashes like that. They're nice. It looks good on some people, bad on others, but they look nice. This is definitely a really big revenge thing. I mean, are we guessing the husband's okay with her seeing other men? Is that what we're going with? Because that's another twist to the story, unless when he says her husband doesn't care, meaning like her husband just doesn't care about her anymore.
Couple of great ones in the chat. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he's in prison and that's how she met this dude. I mean, that's a couple of good. Hopefully, we find out.
Yeah, her end of the story is something we definitely are going to have to hear now.
A person who's not contacting you or who's not, doing anything
she's
to
crying.
you to say you want revenge.
She's crying.
Yes, that is violent in nature.
All right. Madam Clerk, do you see anything that would be
I emailed all the screenshots.
I have 2 videos that I have. It was a total of 3. Now it's down to 2.
Well, I just got an email back from Tamika.
Oh, you did it. You did it today?
Yeah, I sent those today.
Oh, okay. So they will be promised it. Okay.
Tamika Assop, deputy clerk. She just emailed me back at 10:39 saying that she did receive all the evidence of that.
He a little late sending this thing.
Okay, so I'll go in Odyssey and pull a Judge one moment.
Again, to not be able to screen share yourself these days it's pretty bad.
I like that he little late on sending it in. I think you're supposed to do like 24 hours ahead of time. You're supposed to get this information submitted.
Right
and
on time, an hour.
An hour ago, he sent some stuff over.
I think that should be our next poll question.
That's the next poll question. Then.
Your Honor, can I speak for a moment?
Go ahead.
All right. So the reason I'm here today is because I want it stopped. I'm not asking for her to be.
This is not the time for argument. It's just testimony. So this is not.
Okay.
A lot of and bad days.
So
yeah,
how many? It's mid-March. So across 2023, how many days would you estimate that you've received some kind of contact from Miss Roberts? Text message, phone call, whatever it may be.
How many days?
Right. Because I know sometimes I'm somebody who's quick on the button to send a text message, even though it's not a full thought. So like sometimes it might be 3 separate text messages, but they're coming in 1, 2, 3 as I'm finishing what would otherwise have been a paragraph if it was an email.
I hate people that text like that.
So like how many days this year would you guess that you've heard from this person?
From 2023? Probably, I would guesstimate about 10 to 15. I mean, I could go back and look and give you more exact.
Okay. So on average, maybe about once a week, sometimes a little more, sometimes maybe they disappear for a week or 2.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Is anybody getting the vibe that this guy might be kind of a player? Like maybe she got played by somebody who's just like that good at the game he's running.
I mean, he's got. If you just look at his body language alone, I could say he definitely is, because he's like, he don't want to look edgy. He's just like,
like I'm just trying to get this girl away from me. We'll see. Maybe she's the player. I don't know. We'll find out.
That's right. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh, of course.
Mama B.
So Judge, is taking a minute because he did it the day of instead of the 24 hours in advance. So I have to wait until it's being attached. Because right now I'm just still showing the videos.
All right. No worries. Thank you for tracking those down, though.
We got a freeze warning.
2
nights in a row.
Bring your tender vegetation inside, kids.
Makes him look slimmer, like back in the MySpace days, leather and lashes.
Let's almost set my next cam up.
Yeah. Just for the top. So whenever
Top of my head.
Whenever I want to make content, you go.
Right.
It reminds me when you're at the casino.
And I don't think I asked this. Has there been any physical violence between the 2 of you? Hitting, pushing, kicking, shoving, things of that nature?
No, never.
All right. And the image that you said was put on a flyer, how was that image obtained?
He does.
He wants one.
To me? How did I obtain it?
How did she obtain it? The picture of you.
We had been sending pictures back and forth to each other. Yes, I sent them to her.
So that was a picture you would send her, and then she published it in the form of putting it on the flyer.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Again, that's
All
very.
right. We're going to
school,
continue to
maybe?
work on the
The
exhibits.
flyer
I know
thing?
this is a little bit out of order, but in the interest of keeping things moving, I'll go ahead and ask Ms. Roberts. A lot of these cases go to a hearing because the parties don't agree about the facts, and the court certainly understands that. You always have the opportunity to testify to, get your side of the story out there, as opposed to ask questions of him if it's something that he's just not going to agree to. But with that said, do you have questions that you think the court should go ahead and ask Mr. Griffin?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Okay. We will
Okay, so they leave and then they come back because, like I told everybody, he had some technical issues, like huge technical issues. It sat for like 45 minutes, by the way, trying to get this guy to figure out technology. So we're just going to jump ahead in time, kids.
what we are looking for during these hearings, or what we are asked to determine, is whether acts of dating violence have been committed. And dating violence is defined under Georgia law as any felony, as what we traditionally think of as acts of physical violence, battery, assault, etc., putting hands on people or placing them in fear of immediately receiving a violent injury or attempting to do so. And then acts of stalking, which is unwanted, prohibited contact for the purpose of intimidating and harassing somebody. And all of those terms are defined fairly specifically by Georgia law. So we are going to resume. Ms. Broom has some of the exhibits that you have sent in, Mr. Griffin. So what of these exhibits do you believe would be evidence in regards to stalking or dating violence as I've defined and laid out during this hearing?
The text messages that keep going on unanswered, the phone calls, numerous phone calls coming through unanswered. I have no contact with her, and haven't had any contact with her since. I asked her one time at the very beginning of this whole thing when it went down to stop. She said it would stop when she felt like she was ready. I filed the report. Nothing went through with that. Like I said, this was months starting in July. I filed the report. And now that you brought up Mr. Burke's name, he's actually the first person I filed the report with from the Women's Center. I actually have those emails dated back then. So the harassment and stalking has been going on all through the text messages and screenshots.
Okay. And so as time has gone on, that's what you testified to earlier, is that you've heard from this person maybe about 10 times over the course of 2023. And give me some examples of what is said during those conversations, or what the sort of the context of those communications are when she sends them.
One of the last, most recent ones I received was something about revenge. She won't stop until she's had revenge. That was one of the most recent text messages that I received from her.
Okay. All right. Ms. Roberts, I think I asked this earlier. Did you have questions for this witness about his testimony?
For everyone getting here, he's trying to get the TPO against her. They were in a friends with benefits situation, and she is a married lady. Married lady.
No, sir. No questions. But I do get a chance to answer, correct?
You would have a chance to give your own testimony. That's right.
Okay. Yes, sir. No question.
Okay. And Ms. Broom, were you able to, because I think initially what sent us down this rabbit hole, we were looking for a flyer. Were you able to find that and the messages that the petitioner was sending over?
Yes, I have some text messages. I'm not sure what the flyer looked like, but he did number the pages 1 through 6. So if he could just tell me what page it is, I'd be glad.
Are we gonna get to see the flyer?
There was more.
So we've got stuff. We finally got it.
Okay. All right.
He pulled it off. Again, you send somebody pictures of yourself, then it's a case of don't that person own that stuff? Then that's yours, right? It's in your phone, kind of.
Dangerously close to that, Stephen. Yeah,
very close. We haven't heard from her yet, but so far things aren't sounding too good for her.
More than 6.
Taking notes.
1 through 56. I'm sorry.
56 things.
What? There can't be that. Come on.
56 things.
1 through 56.
That particular one would be let me see. Image 0832.
What page? You did page 1 through 56.
I don't have a page numbered on my end. I just have the image numbers.
Big fan.
So I'm unsure where we're at with that.
And what's the image number?
0832.
We've been waiting forever for this damn flyer, baby. It better pay off.
I just want it to make sense.
Look at him bite. It's a nail biter. Judge is biting his fingernails during court.
Would this be it?
And he went black.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this what we're all right? Whoa. Whoa.
This right here, I mean, thank God for this, because this is the sex going on right here, Creed. This is a woman. Beware of the video
finesser.
Is that and we also by the way,
STD
we have
alert.
melon alerts, but this is a STD alert.
STD alert.
Okay, this isn't the entire flyer, and who's this young lady? This is definitely not her.
Why are we showing him effing somebody though? That's what I don't like. Is that's
what I mean. You're sending videos like that and pictures of. Excuse me. You put me on a flyer like this without the STD alert, I'd be like me on the other side. You know, this. Other than the STD alert, this seems to be a very good advertisement for his hookup business. This one's like in the Red Room.
Yes, that was in Amsterdam.
I don't even know what's happening there. I'm glad I had to stop right here because this is probably the only time it's going to be close up, because she's going to shrink it down for us here in a second, I'm sure. But that
I guess I just don't understand. Like the STD thing, I get that. Like calling them out on that.
A finesser. What is that?
Finesser, though.
Is that like is that another word for like grooming? Like you groom somebody for videos or something? Finesser. How did he finesse her into a video?
Miss Reddit said stud alert.
Stud alert, baby. She was left out to you. I don't get that.
No, I'm confused too. Like, look how good he's pounding some.
Yeah, look at this guy. He's getting ass.
Like, I understand that's, I mean, for some people that would be very embarrassing and such, but.
Is this from a video? Like, or is it a screenshot, a video maybe?
He's a porn star, maybe?
I'm guessing these are videos. If he's the video finesser. Oh, so many questions. I thought we were going to get some answers from this flyer, but I think we ended up getting more questions than answers from this.
It's a flyer, though. I'll
Definitely
give him
is a flyer. All right, let's see the rest of it.
Yes.
I don't know.
All right. This says, and the award for the weakest, limpest ass dude in Atlanta goes to Mr. ATL Amateur, self-made, homemade, limp porn star Born and raised in the 305 or 303 by way of Mississippi.
Okay.
In my Uncle Clifford voice. Who's Uncle Clifford?
Finesser, by the way, according to Google and the Urban Dictionary, it means to rob or steal. So watch your shit around someone who finesses. That is their life. We have a lot of finessers in the hood, is the quote from that one. Another word for player, pretty much.
Okay.
You finesse someone, it basically mean that you played them or outsmarted them. If you have finesse, it's like a fancier way of saying swag, because swag is cringy and just reminds people of Jake Paul or some shit.
I don't know if you can see if I blow it up, Creed, but this is a lady and a man on a couch. The lady appears to be sitting straddle the gentleman in the photo.
Interesting. So I'm thinking that he thinks that he's some sort of a porn star.
Yeah, or he's. Are we trying to say he is recording women without their knowledge, which is a huge no-no?
Well, especially if she puts together a flyer and someone that was recorded without their knowledge, and then she just blasts it out there even more. It can't be her, right? It can't be her.
No, I don't believe so. I'm guessing these are other women. This is wow, a real game changer.
What a great judge to do this with, too.
Yeah, perfect judge, right? Okay, now what do you think's gonna? Did you feel threatened by this, or? Oh my God, it's got his whole name and address and everything.
Friends via social media. It was sent through U.S. mail to my neighbors, and it was also sent to myself. She sent me a picture of her, I guess, manufacturing this before she sent it out.
And so is that your so I see it looks like a 601 and a 305 number there. Whose numbers are those?
Those are my telephone numbers.
Whoa.
All right. And then that's your Instagram handle.
Yep.
Phone numbers,
everything.
All right. And so this is styled in a way that it
pause that real quick. You notice that there are numbers on there. Can you back it up just like 5 seconds and listen?
That phone going off in the background?
There's a phone going off in the background. So I'm wondering if somebody that was watching this live.
There's only 10 people watching this live, by the way.
Oh my God. So one of those 10 people, I think, just tried calling it.
Let's see.
Watch.
All right. And so this is styled in a way that it purports to be from you, essentially, if I'm understanding this right.
I don't think he would make.
I can't tell you what her intentions were, but yeah,
I don't think anybody thinks he made this and he was limping porn and stuff. But
that's a good point. Yeah,
this is obviously a slander attempt.
Wow. All right.
At the bottom it says, "I'm here, Brandon," and it's got his last name. 0% sex sites like double list. I think that's TWAT. I don't want to say that word.
You don't want to say twat?
No, I don't want to get in trouble. Fet Life, FET Life, Tinder, and Bi Curious.
So in the Urban Thesaurus, there's something to do with this Clifford thing, and I'm not gonna do a deep dive on this, but there's something to do with. There's a lot to read.
Uncle Clifford.
So Very interesting. I don't know. We're learning. Educational channel, ladies and gentlemen.
Moving on.
Okay. And then if we can scroll up just a bit. Just to the top. And so tell me where all these pictures came from.
These are pictures that I sent to her when we were, cordial.
Okay. And so who's the person on the right?
A young lady that I sent her a picture on. Her and I.
So someone else, neither. Another person from a picture that you sent her as essentially okay. Right. And then you're alleging that the 3 pictures with the emoji faces on them, that those are you as well.
Yes.
I don't know what that red one is. I don't want to know.
All right. I think that's all the questions I have at the moment. You didn't have any witnesses that you intended to have testify, correct?
No, I just have an email from a neighbor that I could send over to you all, but that's pretty much it. No witnesses on hand.
I love the pictures he sends when he's cordial with you.
Ms. Roberts, you indicated earlier that you had no questions. I'll ask if you would that you please raise your right hand for me. Do you swear any statements you make to the court today will be the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. All right. What would you like to tell us today?
I want to start off saying that me and Brandon met on doublelist.com. That's a website for no strings attached sex. Okay, I met Brandon one night, went over there at 1:00. It was just supposed to be a one-time thing, a one sexual experience. That night after I got home, Brandon sent me several texts, how I was sexy, how he wanted to be with me, or how he wanted to keep this, this friendship going. Brandon led me on to believe that this one sexual experience, that he wanted to continue it on. We saw each other maybe 5 times back to back, like 5 days in a row. Brandon knew I was married. He said that turned him on. Brandon knew that I was older. He said that turned him on. He kept telling me things to manipulate me to.
A lot to take in there.
A lot to unpack on that. She is just letting loose. I mean, she's obviously upset, but I mean, the very first thing she said is they met on a no strings attached website because she's a married woman, of course. Yeah. And how did he manipulate her just because he said, hey, that was fun, let's do it again. And they did it 5 days in a row. And he liked that she's a married woman, and he liked that she's older woman, which I'd have never guessed. She looks great for whatever age she is. But she is not happy. Yeah, it sounded like she wanted things to keep going too.
I mean, she's sitting here sobbing.
Yeah, he's not the one crying.
No, he might be inside, but
all right. Again, maybe she just got played, and she's been out of the game too long. Doesn't understand she got played.
She got real pissed off about something to go the lengths that she has gone.
Let's see them strings.
Have this intercourse. The pictures that he sent me was like him boasting that he's had sex with all these women. So
then she knew he was a player.
We met around May. It was in May, the end of May. And how I remember that is because he was the first one to tell me happy birthday for my birthday, over my husband, over my family. It ended around.
Okay, well, obviously this lady's love starved.
Matt, we didn't miss him. Just you got to tell us when it happens. Otherwise, we have no idea because it doesn't come up. Thank you.
She's love starved, Creed. All it took was him being the first one to wish her a happy birthday to really be etched in her memory. This is a woman who probably has. She's probably got some. What do you call them? She thinks very little of herself, and he probably saw that.
Took advantage of it.
Yeah, he's using it to his advantage to get what he wants.
Did anybody write that site down for Knox?
Seems like we have a lot of people here that are on some of those sites already. So
it does seem like you guys already are fairly
I've
aware.
never heard of Double Life. I've heard of the other one that was up there, but not Double Life. Never heard of that.
The end of July. After when it ended in July, that is when he sent me the text messages. I don't care who you blank. I don't care. Your husband doesn't even care who you blank. 3 days before that, we had shot a sex tape. I was blindfolded. I don't want a sex tape of me being out there shown like the other ones that he's shown to other people.
Like you showed to though also. So I don't.
Okay. All right. Hold on. So she, after only knowing this guy for 4 or 5 days, she allowed him to shoot, knowingly agreeing to allow him to shoot a sex tape with her while she was blindfolded.
Which we know is his MO already.
Yeah.
We've learned that.
And she knew he shared those videos with people because he had shared some of him already doing it with other people to her before they even hooked up.
But
what a bad idea.
I don't feel bad for her because she just outed the other girls that we just saw on that flyer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think? They want to be right out there with that? So I don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, she just did what she's afraid of. But, oh, man, the blindfolding, wonder why. I understand it's a fetish thing, but I wonder if there was like things going on in the room. I don't know.
Others, you mean? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe like other people or something being there. I don't know.
Takes off the blindfold and it's actually her husband.
Or Uncle Clifford.
Remember that.
Who we mentioned earlier.
He manipulated me to get what he wanted. And then when he got that video, it's like he just threw me away.
So that's
I'm not proud.
Yeah. That's it. She just said everything you need to know about this case. He threw her away just like he did all the other women. And she thought in her mind she was different, which I understand. Trust me, I understand. If she's not getting love at home and this man showed her a little bit of attention, she thought it was the world was going to be made with him. But she quickly learned that it's just what he does.
So some people, they're chasing to get laid. Him is not only get laid, but to get that video.
Yeah, he's looking to shoot a video with as many women as he can. And he kind of told her that already. He bragged about how many women he had sex with.
I would
showed her the videos.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys vote on the poll because we're going to talk about that when when we're done here. But it's true. Let that be a lesson.
Yeah, this is a good lesson. The whole on many different levels. No nudes, no videos. The FWB thing never works.
Yeah, especially when you got somebody that's thinking she was the one when she was just number 41. I mean, that's the problem here. And you're married, lady. Worry about your husband. If you just wait till I got that GoPro. Stops at the Bunny Ranch, perhaps. Who knows? Anything's possible. And if you're wondering what FWB is, it's Friends with Benefits. You have to be. By the way, if you want to vote on the poll, you have to be on Creedence and Bishop Show. That's where the poll is. We can't put polls up over yet on. we got a case until we get to 1,000. So work on that, kids.
Out of how I handled the situation, I was depressed, I was upset and hurt. I don't wish Brandon any harm, but this hurt me. I brought Brandon in the short time that I've known him, and I think it was a month and a half. I brought his kids gifts. I brought him gifts, or his son gifts.
God.
I don't wish Brandon any harm.
So, what led you to be concerned about the possibility that something would happen with the video?
He's given me videos of him in that flyer or videos that he's shared with me. If he's sharing videos of other women about
he's like,
without them knowing, what about the video or in the pictures?
All things she should have thought about before she let him shoot this video.
Am I wrong with saying that she's in love with this dude?
Absolutely, 100%. She is in love head over heels for this guy. She's buying him gifts. She thinks they're going to be together, I'm guessing. But you can't turn the old adage, what is it? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. That's what was going on with him, a house husband. He's a hoe. He's out here sleeping with as many women as he can. And he's told you that.
But for real, it is so hard for so many people to look at a relationship as just physical like that. Especially the long run of things for people. It ain't easy.
She really thought she could handle the friends with benefits thing, and obviously she can't. I'm guessing, I would almost guess is the first guy she's ever stepped outside the marriage with. I would almost guess that because of the way she's acting. It's sad that this situation, but she definitely put herself in it. I mean, you read the situation so wrong. So wrong. Wasn't too limp, right?
You know what I'm saying? That he has possession of. I don't want the money back for the gifts. I don't want money back for an abortion. I just want to make sure.
Oh, a what?
Is she?
Where did that come from?
Is she alleging she might be pregnant or was?
That she paid that he paid for an A word? You know what she just said? I mean, Nate, I'm sorry you just walked in on that.
Yeah, Nate,
I did not. That just come out of nowhere. Nowhere.
Snow has so many other things. One thing I'll give her a lot of credit with is the way that she just drops these bombs.
Yeah, very nonchalant.
Husband thing was nonchalant in the video. And now about paying back, I ain't gonna bother paying back for the A word thing.
Yeah, and again, he told her, baby, I am a player. I sleep with a lot of women. I videotape myself with a lot of women. And then she's thinking, here we are. I'm on white picket fence with this guy, even though I'm married. And just to openly walk right in to let him film her. And apparently getting with child.
A lot to this one.
A lot. It really is. It's one of those ones you could watch 1,000 times.
Yeah, we'd catch more and more little things there. OG Sean White, thank you for the twofer.
All aboard indeed. All right. Well, what's next? Let's just wait for the next shoe to drop.
But that video's gone. When I reach out to Brandon, I haven't threatened him. I don't wish him any harm. But just to have a sex tape and a video of me and then to say, basically, forget you, and then to bring up my husband, I was pretty upset, Your Honor.
All right. So when is the last time you two actually saw each other? Or like we're in the same
in July.
Okay.
In July.
And so as far as the communication since then, it's been exclusively electronic?
I've reached out to him about the abortion. I've reached out to him about to make sure that he delete the videos and they go unanswered. It's not every day. It's not all the time. I don't send Brandon threats. I want the video deleted out of his hard drive. That's all I want. Everything else is my karma for, you know, having a low point in my marriage. I've been married for 22 years, being vulnerable, you know, letting someone younger come in.
22-year marriage.
It's a long time.
She was ready to throw out the window for this playboy. This playboy.
Who was seemingly pretty upfront about his
Yes.
intentions and what he...
I don't feel like he bamboozled her at all. I feel like he kind of did his thing. It's me, Brandon.
And let's be honest, Brandon and I just stood up and say, "Oh, I got rid of that a long time ago. Don't worry about it. It doesn't exist."
You know, Brandon still got that. Oh my God,
he does.
I'm surprised he didn't submit it into evidence.
And taking away all my insecurities, thinking that I'm beautiful, but here he is. He just wanted a sex tape. I did things in that sex tape that I've never done before.
Well, that says a lot, Creed. She did things in that sex tape she has never done before. So let your imaginations go with that one. Again, that's probably where the blindfold came into play, Creed.
Yeah. So again, maybe adding on to his little kink fetish thing.
Oh, it was super kinky things going on here.
Whew, boy. I have a very hard time being a judge because I would just ask some uncomfortable questions here and there.
I mean,
I mean, well, you know, we got to get an idea how bad, you know.
How bad is this tape we're talking? I mean, laws were broken in this tape.
We want to know. Come on. She's very good about dropping these things for us. And
I mean, good for her to feel good about herself again. Good for her to be, you know, empowered somewhat.
KH,
you're going to have to rewind.
You just
got to rewind.
Probably don't want to know. We're in some dangerous territory here.
This is definitely
honestly,
unreal. Can we talk to her husband? How does he feel about this testimony? Yikes. Yikes.
All right, Mr. Griffin, do you have questions for this witness?
No, I don't have a question, but I would like to answer her concerns. I have no intentions of sending any tapes out of her. I told her that in a text message that I'm sure I could pull up when it first went south. I told her that was never to be a worry. She told me that I was only saying that basically to prevent her from doing what she was doing. So all I really want to say is that's never my intentions. And videos deleted, fine. Pictures deleted, fine. I have not had any contact with her since then. So her
I don't believe he's going to delete nothing.
I'm fine with meeting those requests 100%.
All right.
At all.
Well, you know,
before he says too much, I don't see anything for a TPO though, right? Am I the only one
No,
thinking TPO?
Especially since no, I don't think so. I mean, the flyer thing is, yeah, that's cringe. It's bad. You shouldn't do that.
A little harassing for sure.
Yeah. But I think that you're looking for some actual violence here.
Yeah.
Some violent behavior.
Some stalking, maybe. But I don't see any of it.
Before he says anything, should we look at the poll, by the way?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and look at the poll. Actually, what I'll do, Creed, is I'll end the poll real fast.
There you go.
And that way no one can
it is definitely some harassment, no doubt about that, but I don't know if that's enough necessarily legally. Again, what do I know just watching this? But
there's a lot of standards, a lot of boxes need to be checked, you know.
I don't think that it's enough to give somebody one. Especially when he's being kind of nice about it. He's even though he's full.
Yeah, I'll delete it.
You know,
that and the other 8,000 tapes I've got of Werman's.
uh,
I can't believe she agreed to do it. That blew me away.
I don't get again, she did something very bad with the flyers and some other stuff. Yes, no doubt about that. But I have not heard him bitching and complaining about her contacting him 4,000 times, and he has 500 emails and texts and that. So she certainly did some bad stuff. I no doubt about that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. All right. Again, excuse me for a second, Creed, while I look over.
Well, you have to
Go ahead.
stop it before you get to hear the ending. Otherwise, people are going to be.
Yeah, you'd be voting. Oh, yeah. Of course, I knew
hear
that.
the answer. That's how that works. We are at the end. Technically,
yeah,
right?
we're at the end right now, and our good friend StreamYard over here pulling some monkey business.
Oh, did it just do that again?
Oh, of course it did. It did the same thing it did last time. That's all right. We're winners over here, Creed.
While you're doing that, what was the question again?
Who was more at fault here in this case? Who did you think? And I'm going to tell you now, you guys voted overwhelmingly 64% that she was at fault. So, let's go ahead and hear what
I kind of agree with the chat and with that poll, simply because I feel from what I've heard today over here that he was pretty upfront about his intentions. You're on a site for stuff like that. It's pretty obvious he likes to take videos of his sexcapades. He likes pictures.
I would tell her just like I told my daughter when she was a teenager and just about to start voting. Excuse me. Voting is very important. Dating. I said, look, boys are going to say anything they can to get you to do anything they can get you to do. They're going to lie through their teeth. They're going to say what you want to hear. And that's all he did. He just said what she wanted to hear, and she went with it. That was it. But again, he was very upfront about what his intentions were here. Start voting. I'm very political.
These cases are, as they say, like onions. They have layers. So
Shrek reference.
What I will say is this. The things that
ugly crying.
This is a dating violence petition. I'm aware of that. But the reason that it was granted as a dating violence petition was as a predicate offense of stalking. And so really the analysis to be done here is whether there is sufficient evidence to believe that acts of stalking have occurred and that this order is reasonably likely to prevent those acts in the future. I am not going to extend this order because I believe that some of the evidence today suggests that essentially that the contact that was attempted was not for an illegitimate purpose or no purpose at all, or a purpose to harass or intimidate. It was for a purpose, and to the extent that there was other contact,
because
excuse me,
it's not
very denied.
It does not. The contact with the petitioner, which is what the court is required to analyze, is not for the purpose of harassing and intimidating as defined by Georgia law. The sort of violent undercurrent that we typically see in stalking cases is not present here in a way that allows for this order to be extended. And so for the purposes of today's hearing, that will be my ruling. What I will say
and ready to mingle
is that even though no protective order is being granted or extended here, I am optimistic that this has been a positive experience that will bring some closure to all parties. There has been some
no closure for anyone, I don't believe, Judge. I think he read the room completely wrong. He did deny it. It's denied. It's out there. I mean,
denied.
Who do we feel worse for? I'm guessing the husband that had to put up with this.
Denied.
I wish we knew more about the husband. The husband could be dead, prison, could be I don't know.
I'm
Nothing
guessing
working
she said
below the waist.
she said it was a 22-year marriage that she cheated on. So I'm guessing he's still very much around. I don't think he's in prison or anything of that sort. I think he just didn't care. I don't think it was like one of those situations for like they were swingers or anything. I think he just didn't care anymore.
Let's not forget, there's a lot of people out there that like
Loveless.
to share and like to hear about the escapades of others in a strange, weird way. To each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? But that is well, okay, that's a good point. And again, that could be I'm talking like that he might like to watch those. The husband, we don't know. We didn't hear anything about him really, other than the fact that he.
It would seem though that she is not getting the proper attention at home, just from some of the things she said when she referred to. He made her feel beautiful again. He made her, he told me I was pretty.
So
How big of a deal? Yeah. Remember the big deal about he was the first one to text her happy birthday before her husband?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And another key factor to this too is that she said one-time thing, wanted it to be a one-time quick thing also that obviously didn't turn up. I'm guessing, I think you guys might be right, but wouldn't you expect there to be more? I don't know. I guess I would think that if the husband that you'd hear more, but no, maybe not. I think you guys are right on that.
Either way, he's a lose-lose on this too. Brandon walking away smelling like a rose. He got what he wanted. She just came out. I mean, she lost on all fronts. And he allegedly is going to, delete the videos. I don't see that happening. Not this guy. He's a collector. That's his thing.
Yeah, that's his whole thing. It's
his business is sex, and business is good apparently.
Now, do you think he sells those at all, or does anything with them?
I think he probably does exactly what he did with her. He shows them to them, the next person,
right? Yeah,
as like kind of a grooming thing. If you're going to ask somebody to do something like that, showing them that other people had done it, that it was okay, it's not a big deal, is going to kind of maybe set the table for the next person to be not so reluctant to do it and be more pliable into that. Maybe he does put them up on like sites
like Pornhub.
Yeah, I mean, they belong to him. They consented to do them.
Wow.
Again, they're his property.
That was quite a case today.
Yeah, and over 210 of you at one point, and we really we appreciate that, guys, a lot. Wow, what a lot to unpack. If we've learned anything today, kids, don't let anybody take pictures or film anything unless you're willing for everyone else to see it. Just be ready. You never know what's going to pop up. Hey, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, be careful.
Just say it.
Be careful.
Just say, be careful. Gary, thank you so much. Flusha, Billy, Flusha again. Matt, Dreamweaver. Flusha times 3, OG Sean White, Mama Tried, and George Peach. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Today we're back 4:05 East. What is today?
Taco Tuesday, baby. And man, there is some action. If you missed Arkansas yesterday, I going to get your belly full today on it. Show me your effing hands. Show me your effing hands. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, guys. And if you just got here and you're late, rewind this. You want to watch it. It's a doozy. It's a doozy. We'll be back tomorrow with more Court. If you do us a favor and check out We Got a Case, we're about 120 away from getting that channel to 1,000. And we'll be able to do so many things, from exclusive videos going up over there to being able to do polls, questions, all that fun stuff. So get in now while you can. Like the video, love the video, like we love you, and like Brandon loves filming women's for sex. Until next time, keep your pictures to yourself.